Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Free for All. If I could talk, that's what I'm supposed to do, but, have difficulty with it some days. All right. We have a kind of an all-star panel, not like we had last week. There's some people with power outages and things that are happening. Other people are going to join throughout the show. So let me get over to the chat, and we don't have anybody in the chat yet. That is very, very unusual for us. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm going to start introducing the panel, and the first person up today is Val. What's up, Val?
Hey, what's up? It's Friday. It's time to talk some Lions football.
Yeah, it is.
People up on the chat already right now. We've got the Dern, and we got Brian Stover, and we got Big Wes and John Robinson. So
we're going to have in the building
show right now.
The Dern was gonna try to be on the panel today, but he has to work. So we have another guy coming in, and he is the Kneecap Biters Facebook group facilitator or something like that. Tater tot, not really sure. Jeremy, what's up, man?
How you doing, guys? Yeah, it's the Motor City Kneecap Biters page. I'm one of the admins with Christopher Green and Mark Oram, no less. We created it because we got tired of fans being bashed for their opinions. You can voice your opinion freely, whether positive or negative, as long as you're not bashing each other.
That's good. No, that's a good thing, though. We want to promote unity. And speaking of unity, we're going to bring in another guy that, really good guy, and actually has helped us a lot. And I really appreciate him. It is Dose of Dion 2.0. What up, dude?
Sir, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me back. Excited to be back on the show. I got a question. All right, what jersey are you wearing, Jeremy? I just want to know what jersey that is.
That is a Joey Harrington jersey. I picked it up at Goodwill for 50 cents.
Oh, that's a deal. Okay, I see you. Okay, I was just curious. I had to know. What's going on, man? Thank you for having me back. Love being here, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it's usually a fun time. Michael Huck says, good morning. Motor City roars. Hi, Jim and Val. John Martin, good morning. Good morning to everybody here today. And guess what? We're going to pretty up the place with my wife and this young lady who's coming in right now, and it is Rachel Marie Sports. Hey, what's up, Rachel? Long time no see.
Yeah, I know. Feels like forever.
All right. Oh, I knew you were backstage. I just got to introduce everybody.
Okay.
So we have somebody else that's going to be joining us now, and I haven't talked to him in forever either. It is Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. What's up, Luke G?
Hey, salute. I hope the sound quality is good. I'm in the office today.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. I can hear you and make out what you're saying.
If it gets bad.
Okay, we will. All right. We will have other people starting. Kurt has still out with the back, and he said it's not getting much better today. Sending hopes, prayers, thoughts to Kurt while he's recovering at this point. So really appreciate you and everything that you do for us and our show. So anyway, let us get to the questions. And the first question today is, how much has this defense improved? So we were 32nd in the league last year, which there's nowhere but up. But how far up? What do you think the league rank will be for this defense in 2021? I know it's kind of a rough question, but that's what we got right now. So, all right, let's start with Luke G. Luke, what do you think about this defense?
I mean, listen, I haven't even seen him take a single snap yet, but I know that
I hear you.
Matt Patricia's not in the building, so we are already super improved. Okay, I mean, just from looking at it from a personnel and scheme factor, I'm already seeing players be put in their right position. I'm seeing the best players be put on the practice field, and so when you start to see those kind of things, you have to say, okay, it's improved. In terms of the ranking, I think this defense can move up until maybe 19 to 25, 24, somewhere in that area. But it's gonna come down to how often are we blitzing and getting home with the blitz. But don't be surprised if they shock you and be better.
Absolutely. Val, take some of the chat people, and they're putting in some of the things. So go ahead and take some of those.
Right. Bruce Bradley says, get well to Kurt. And Big Wes, I'll answer your question at the end of the show, but go ahead and ask me that at the end, and I will answer that one for you. John Robinson here says, is Luke G in the witness protection program?
Right.
Nope, just something that we have to sign with my employment that prevents me from being on social media. So I'm not technically supposed to be on social media, but it's football, and I pretty much do a lot of dumb things when it comes to football.
Brian got you. The D-line is very improved, and One Pride 40 says the D-line got better on paper. And King FJ, thanks for watching with us. High teens, low 20 for the defense. The Dern might not show in the rankings this year, but I believe just changing the coaching scheme and putting players in the position for their strengths will drastically improve the defense.
All right, so defensive rank this year, and I know it's way too early. We haven't even seen them take a snap in training camp, any of that stuff, and I know. But we're reaching for topics at this point. So Dosa Dion 2.0, what do you think?
My excitement starts with the run defense. That's probably where I'm most confident, where we'll see improvement, and I think it all plays off of that. So if I'm giving rankings out, I definitely think top half of the league for run defense. The rest of it, that's where I'm a little questionable. But I do think it all plays off of that. So like you said, we were 32nd last year. There's only up from here. So it should be better than last season. It can't get much worse. I don't know exactly where I'd put the rankings, but I think Luke hit on it well. I'm excited with where they're putting players in positions when you look at it. I think it is putting guys to where they feel like they're going to be best, not really where they feel like this is the scheme, so this is where we're going to put players. This is where we have to put players. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this defense. I think it will improve.
Brian Stover says, I hope you're getting paid for all this reading, Val. LOL.
Not enough. Come on, y'all. Get on Jim for that. But
Yep, my fault. All right, Rachel Marie Sports. I know it's way too early, but what do you think about this defense before you see them?
I think Luke and Dion kind of already covered how I feel as well. I hesitate to say anything about what I see on paper because on paper it has looked real nice before. But I agree that just the change of coaching, the guys that they have out there, Aaron Glenn, Aubrey Pleasant, they are good at getting the best out of their young DBs. And I think they're going to improve the front seven enough to create some pressure so you don't have them out there having to tail their guy for 7 seconds. So when it's all said and done, yeah, they have nowhere else to go but up. And I think Luke is about right with the 19 to 24 area. I was actually going to say 20 to 25. It's still a significant improvement.
Yeah, but we still suck. So that really does make sense. I've got it at 25. That's kind of where my number is. What's your number there, Jeremy? What do you think?
Well, seeing how the D-line on paper and what PFF has ranked them at is 24th, the D-line sets the tone for the whole defense. This is the first time we've been above 26, and I think since 2017.
Oh,
preseason.
Brutal.
So that rear, we ended up at 22, and I said all along that by scheme, the addition by subtraction of the dead weight contracts we got rid of, that we should fall between 20 and 25.
Sounds good. We got some people in the chat, Val, if you want to shout some of them people out. Turner C. Burley, first of all, I'll do this one. Thank you for being here, man. And we talked earlier this morning, and we actually have a fan question from Turner Burley later. So we're going to get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, John Robinson says, thank you all on the panel for taking the time out of your lives to unite the pride.
Amen. Yeah. And that is a goal of ours for Free for All Friday. We want to get everybody on, talk some football, mend fences, do whatever we can to bring this community together under that banner of the Detroit Lions and a one pride community. All right. So Val, you didn't answer the question yet, so I'm going to go to you.
I'm probably not going to be everybody's fan favorite on this one. Probably. I'm going to say 30, 31. I don't.
Brutal.
Jim,
I know. There's still,
what'd you say, Luke?
Improvements need to be made yet.
I said, I thought you gave her breakfast this morning. She seemed to be hungry. She's not herself, but she's hungry.
No,
pride. They can't be worse than what they were. You know, I don't know.
That's true. Jimbo G, what's up, man? Jimbo G, hello, everyone. What did I miss? Not much, to be quite honest. You missed the reveal of the panel. And the first question is basically, how good do you think this defense is going to be? It's scrolling at the top, at the bottom of the screen. So I'll just let you know that. Hello, Bruce Beverly. We seen you earlier this morning. Orange City Roars, Big West Kivinen. Hey, what up, Matthew Ferguson? Good morning, the Bears. That's funny. He's always on Val. Oh, Cap Ice Cold here. What's good, fam? Jim, pay Val. Come on, man. 20th is Matthew Ferguson's guess. So let's go to the next question. I got everybody on that one, right? I thought I did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's kind of a long one. But TJ Hockenson, he made the NFL.com's 25 under 25 team. This team being a young team with only 6 people that are six people over 30 on this team. What do you think? What player do you think will blossom into a top 25 under 25 player? Who you got? And I'm going to go to Dion first on this because he usually gets last. And I'm sorry I did that last time. So I'm trying to get you first a little bit this time.
No, you're good. You're good. I went second. I'm going towards. This is cool. No, but
Improvement.
Look, I got to give some love here. Okay, you know who's going to be on this list next year. Now, if this was my list, we'd have a lot more Lions. NFL.com sleeping, but let's give some love to Jelani Tobias. I know you guys all want to say it, so I'll say it for you. Jelani Tobias. Look at my man's face. But I wanted to give some love there. You know, I feel like he's not he doesn't feel the love on this channel. I don't know if he's watching or not, but I feel like if we maybe show him some love, he'll pop up in the comment section. So I'll give some Jelani Tobias love. I also had to put Jonah Jackson on here. I think the supporting cast will definitely make him look really good. And I think the year 2 jump's going to be big for him as well. But when you're next to Frank, you're next to Decker, it's only a matter of time. You really start to learn from those guys, and they really help you improve. The environment there is going to be great. So I'll put Jonah Jackson. I almost said Penny Sewell reading the comments. I'll put Jonah Jackson on that. Right.
I got Bo. Help me with this name, Val. I can't.
Now listen, Bo. We have been arguing on the backstage between me, Kurt, and Jim about your name, and I've been trying to tell them that your name is Bo Gregorius. If I'm wrong, let me know. But
we're trying, man. Free for all, baby. Ernest Burley says 25th. What up, people? Keith Holly, Matthew Ferguson says Amon-Ra St. Brown. I like that comment. Swift, easy, breakout year, big time breakout year. Sewell, that was one of mine. Free for all is my favorite. All right, and Big West Kinnanen. So let's go to Rachel Marie Sports next. Who do you got under 25 that could make the top 25 under 25?
I'm going to go with Jeff Okudah. I think he had a rough first season, but a lot of that wasn't necessarily his fault. That entire defense was an absolute disaster. No pressure up front means your secondary is going to, really have to be trying to stick with their guy for way too long. I think he's got big things coming. From the moment we drafted him, it's not where I wanted to draft him, but I thought he was going to turn into a good corner in the NFL. And, he's still young. He's kind of on the same path. Corners take a while to develop from rookie to superstar. So I think before he's 25, Jeff Okudah is going to be on that list.
Yeah, Bo Gregorius. I'm hoping I've got it right now. It's egregious that I keep butchering his name, but he says, I don't mind y'all butchering my name because that's what we do here at Detroit Lions and the Prowl. We're very good at butchering names. Jamal Williams, is he under 25? I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
26.
All right.
My guy was Penei Sewell. So I'll just give you mine. Let's go to Luke. Who is your guy? 25 under 25.
I'm going to go real unconventional, but I think he has a real good chance of making the team, and that's Mills Dietrich. The running back from, I want to say it was Wisconsin or Nebraska. They got red on white.
Nebraska. It's Nebraska.
Okay.
Nebraska.
Mills.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He's one of those guys that I think is going to get an opportunity to shine, especially with his running style. It's very similar to Jamal Williams. And I think if they are going to – now, this is all – keep in mind, this is without us getting Todd Gurley. But if we get Todd Gurley, he in trouble. He probably go to practice squad. But if we don't get Todd Gurley, I think he gets a fair shot to prove himself and earn himself a place. And so for me, I think he can have one to be a breakout person. Probably won't be this year, but down the road.
Val?
Bruce Bedley says, I love the way Luke sometimes butchers names. He's the best. Kurt Steele is in the building.
Okay, so I'm going to do this then. We have a $10 super chat from Jimbo G. And people don't realize how much correcting the O-line will help this defense by running the ball effectively. It helps the defense stay fresh and healthy. Hello, Jim and Motor City Rollers, Sewell. Yep. I like Sewell on that, but that is a really good take. I had something. Oh, Kurt Steele's in the building, like you said. There was something I had up here, though, that was almost like that. Cat by Skull said the coaching staff is going to make this a challenge for themselves and watch every group try to push someone to be the top in each grouping. Yeah. Where is Cool Torrance? He had the power go out, so he's headed home. I don't know if the power's back on there yet or not, but he will be joining us if he can. So that is the update on LL Cool Torrance for this week. That's what happened there. Oh, and John Robbins says Jack Fox. That's an interesting one. So I got to everybody but Jeremy, right? And Val? Okay, go ahead, Jeremy.
I have a couple. I'm going to say...
You only get one. No, I'm kidding.
I agree with Jeff Okuda, and I also say Jack Fox.
That's a good one.
Jack Fox, too. Yeah, I agree with those. I do. I agree with those. So, Val, did you go yet?
No, I'm not sure if who the next breakout player will be, but if I'm going to put faith in anybody, I'm going to put it with my boy Iffy. So
Melon Famu. Okay. All right. I see you. She was wanting him for the Bears. That's where this all started with Melon Famu. She wanted him for the Bears, and we got him, and she was pissed. And it was just really funny. But anyway, because normally we get players, and she's like, yeah, they suck. And she was like, I hope we get this guy.
The draft that we did on that, you will hear my reaction to when that happened.
Yeah, she was so mad. Get well, Kurt. Matthew Ferguson. Kurt, prayers that you get well soon. Look at the love we got from the fam here for Kurt. That's awesome. That is really, really good. Thank you. Dub Bears.
Big West here. Did somebody hide Jeremy's smokes?
Yeah, we took them away from him this week, and no, we didn't. He's at work. He's getting away with this stuff. He's at work doing the show. Isn't that amazing? Look at the dedication we have here.
That's all that matters.
Jimbo G, get well, Kurt. Yeah, we agree with that, man. Your back issues are really, really tough, and he's hurting. So, all right. Did I get everybody on that question? I want to move on, but I don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah, you got everybody. Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
I didn't see the all top 25. Is it just like 25 players, or did they go by position?
It was 25 players as far as I know.
Okay.
And just the top 25 that were under 25. So that's actually pretty good to get a tight end in there.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I was just wondering because I was like, okay, well, wouldn't Jack Fox already be on that? I feel like he was so good last year. Okay.
I don't know how he was missed on that.
Yeah.
I don't either. Charlie Burley says Onwuzurike is going to be his guy. And I actually really like Onwuzurike. I think he's going to be good. Jimbo G, look at the Steelers and the Ravens. Team from
do it today.
What?
I was talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Our food truck showed up.
We're going to bring more people on the show, I think, here in just a minute. Just kidding. All right, we're going to go to the next one now. And this is something that I am 51 years old. It has been 51 years since the Detroit Pistons have had a number one pick.
Cade Cunningham to the Pistons.
They picked Bob Lanier, actually, in that time. But
talking about now.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about now, but just bear with me. So the Detroit Pistons breaking through and getting lucky for the first time ever moving up in the draft lottery to get the number one overall pick. It seems like things are changing in Detroit. Do you think it can change for the Lions as well? And if so, how long will it take for the Lions not to get to the playoffs? That's not what I'm asking here. How long will it take for them to get a playoff win? Oh, that's a tougher one. All right, let's go to Luke first. Luke's always got the intelligent answers. That's why I go to him. For real, I'm not even lying,
I
man.
appreciate the compliment. But the reality is this. If the team takes up the attitude of this coaching staff, they can get their first playoff win this year. And for people who may say, "Oh, he's drinking the Kool-Aid," or he clearly don't pop the blue pill. I'm all red pills over here. The thing that people don't understand is this: that go and look at the Browns. The Browns offense was a damn mess. And they added some linemen, got him some protection, and ran the ball. And all of a sudden, they went to the playoff and got a win. And so why can't we not be the same team? History has shown that the turnaround under new coaches gives you a better chance to increase your win total than decrease it. So as far as I'm concerned, they can break that trend this year. It's just going to boil down to
whoa.
It's possible. Very possible.
It's also possible I'm going to the moon, but that probably won't happen. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, true. But listen,
It's also possible that I'm going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a swimsuit model. But that,
I mean, but listen, the Browns
It might happen.
I
don't know.
The Browns were 6-10 in 2019. They went 11-5 in 2020. Why can't we do the same thing?
Because we don't have a good defense. That's why.
But they didn't do that. They got an offensive line. They got an offensive line and they got a run game. Their defense was spotty at times. You would have some games where they be lights out. The most games they was not like great.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. Matthew Ferguson says, you can stay up there with Jeff Bezos, Jim. I'm like, thanks, man. You want to send me the moon? Yeah, Kurt brings all the energy. He is missed. Believe me, he is missed by all of us. And I really appreciate the comments and stuff, too. And so does he. But yeah, I don't see that this year, but I love people that have hope and hopium and all that stuff. I'm going to go to Dosa Dion second here. What do you think? When do we get to the playoffs and beat somebody actually?
Okay, well, I'm on this stuff just like Luke. He's been giving me all this stuff too, so I'm on the same thing here. I would say we're winning a playoff game within the next 3 years for sure.
Yeah.
I hope it happens sooner than that, but I think within the next 3 years. And I could definitely see the next 2 years very realistically because I think Goff can definitely win a playoff game, knowing he has that experience. Like Luke said, if you take that pressure off him, and I think this offense is actually be really good for him going forward. I think you talk about the pieces that we have. Yeah, we'll have to make that better, but I think the type of pieces is what's important here. And I think this is a good opportunity for him to be in an offense that's built around him like it wasn't with the Rams. And I think that's going to make him play much better specifically. Now, the pieces around him, those things are things that have to be proven. We got a lot of one-year deals, so this year's kind of a toss-up with that. But I say within the next 2 years, definitely could win a playoff game. We'll be in the playoffs, no doubt to me, within the next 2 years. Next 3 years, though, we'll be winning the playoff game.
That's good. That's good to hear. I think the same thing. I've got 2 years on this. That's what I think. Okay, so
Jimbo D's got a super chat. I was blocked twice at Matthew Ferguson. Exactly. I gave Kurt Sports alcohol for his back. Dr. Fred Summit.
Cool Blue Ice. Yeah. He was telling him yesterday about that. So appreciate that. I hope it helps him out, because he's in a lot of pain right now. So we want to make sure. Matthew Ferguson says, I love you. I wouldn't tease you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Edward Molina, I'm with Luke. All the naysayers are going to be eating crow. Okay, get my crow ready. I got it
with spice, garlic. How you want it? I'm telling you.
I want the sweetest crow I can get. Just pour a lot of sugar on it. I'll be good.
Oh, okay. I got that.
His crow with ketchup.
Yeah, with ketchup for real. I'm a ketchup addict.
I'm allergic to ketchup. I have no clue how ketchup even exists as a condiment. So I'm just gonna let you know that I don't know anything about no ketchup.
Cassandra,
it was in the trunk.
Jeremy's jersey is Joey Harrington.
It does look like he's got a big upper body on the top of that 9 jersey, though.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, my God. I didn't even notice that. So it looks like Jeremy's wearing the number 9 jersey because Dion's got the number 9 jersey up there. Oh, that's a good take, Cassandra. That's funny as heck. It does, too, doesn't it, Dion?
It does. I didn't even notice it.
He's got this
That's
big
that's
body with this
hilarious.
little number, man. It goes right down into like a big V, you know.
That's great.
I hope it helps Kurt too. Oh, that was hilarious. That was worth it. The Lions will make the playoffs
Y'all are slipping the Kool-Aid coladas.
for sure. But Jimbo G is too, because he said they're going to make the playoffs this year. Yikes! 10-13 wins. Ay, you people are really something else. Cannot confirm or deny.
That's a little stronger Kool-Aid than I've drank this year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, lots of people in the chat. Fred Collins, what's up? Cap Ice Cold, who's in there? John Kapler just watched you with a video yesterday, or actually, I was watching it this morning. What's up, man? Big surprise video coming tonight from John Kapler. Make sure you tune in to John Kapler's channel and check that out. So just giving a little plug there. So our offense will be ranked between 15 and 18, and the defense will jump from 21 to 27. So I can see us making it as a bottom line wild card or missing out by one game. I got us at 2 years as well, One Pride 40. I think that is an accurate statement. So how many years is it going to take for the Lions to win a playoff game? Jeremy, number 9.
Number one, I agree with the Sports Illustrated article that I posted yesterday. They said if they can pull off 2 out of the first 4, there's no limit to what this team can accomplish throughout the rest of the season. With the MASH unit of San Francisco, there's a possibility they could be 9-8 and sneak into the playoffs this year. Whether they win one or not, no. But I say definitely next season is the year they could.
Okay, I know
I'm just happy that Jeremy acknowledged that. I just want him to acknowledge the fact that he gave him a chance to sneak in, and I think that was very savvy of Sports Illustrated to say if they can get 2 of those 4, but they're going to get it. They're beating the 49ers and they're beating the Ravens. You heard it here first.
All right. They're beating the Ravens. Okay. I'll have what he's having, please. I'm just kidding. All right, Rachel. Rachel, did you answer this? I didn't think you did.
I did not.
Okay.
I'm with you on 2 years, but I'm also with Luke and Jeremy that they could sneak in this year for a couple of reasons. I don't know. I don't think that they'd win the playoff game this year if they made it. I mean, maybe, anything can happen, but I think it's dependent upon how they start. Like Jeremy said, if they start hot, don't put anything against this team. If they come in, and they win the first 4 or something like that, then we're all going to be feeling pretty differently, if we see that kind of product out there. But also think about our division. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play this year,
I'm right here. Yeah.
I just think, gosh, I don't know. Our division, if Aaron Rodgers does not play this year, we could sneak in because our division's going to be messy.
I agree with that. I think so. But I don't know. I just think we're a couple of years away.
2 years in, I think this team is still going to be getting some of their pieces together, figuring out where everybody's supposed to be. Like Dion said, not just because they're putting players in because this is the scheme, but because they're truly putting people where they're going to thrive. And I think in year 2 of that, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that too. Val, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with most of everybody. I think it's going to take about 3 years simply for the fact that everything is so young and fresh at this point. The players really have to learn how to gel together. You're still going to be adding pieces. They have to learn to gel into the system as well. And so it's going to take some time to develop.
Yeah, Matthew Ferguson said if they can
smack a few teams in the jaw in the first quarter and those teams don't recover, there's a small chance we have a winning season.
Small chance. I like this one. Why is everyone scared of Aaron Rodgers? Because he beats the crap out of us almost every year.
And because the refs
That's not true.
Yeah, because
it's not true. Okay. How many games did we win in Green Bay last year?
None.
0. Right?
No, but
how many games did we win in Green Bay the year before?
Other than the Vikings, we are the only team in the last 4 years to beat Green Bay 4 times.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts. And you said they beat the crap out of us. Even you argue with me that they got cheated in both games, and I was like, yeah, I'm not blaming the refs. They got to win themselves. But I mean, those scores were like 22-23. and 34-30. That's not a beatdown. The Lions had control of the game in most of those games, and then they just at the end of it faltered. So it's not a total beatdown. Plus, if you go back past those 2 seasons, you will see that, like Jeremy said, you will see where the Lions have been pretty much giving the Packers a problem. In fact, they're the only team, if I'm not mistaken, to hold them to a shutout in Lambeau Field ever.
31-0.
Yep.
Just saying.
No, and I understand what you're saying, but I think they're
Rodgers
a much
didn't play in that game.
I
I thought the shutout was with Brett, whatever his last name is.
Listen, Rodgers don't have to play that game. But the thing I'm pointing out to you is the team that beats up on the Lions more, especially in NFC, is the Vikings. We have a huge problem with the Vikings. The Vikings really beat up on us more than the Packers do.
They did.
Yes.
But I think that they're a better team with Rodgers than without him. Go ahead, Rachel.
And I think that you are scared of any team with an elite quarterback.
Not me. As a competitor and a former football player, I want the best of the best. So when I hit them in the mouth, they know that they've been hit, and they know that their greatness had to come through me. The moment you have any attitude of that, it's Aaron Rodgers, I'm afraid of him. That's why when you look at some of them games with Marshawn Lynch, even Derrick Henry, Jerome Bettis, a lot of them power backs, you've seen guys making business decisions, and that's why they got a lot of the runs that they got, because you had guys like, I don't know if I want to tackle him. I don't want that guy on my team. I want the guy who's going to get trucked over and who's still bringing the guy down with him. That's the guy I want. So, but as a fan base, we shouldn't fear no team. We should fear
Luke here a second, though, because he said that the Vikings were the only ones to shut out the Packers, right?
Oh.
In Lambeau Field.
At
The
Lambeau.
Lions were the only ones that shut them out at Lambeau Field, not the
Lambeau
Vikings.
Field. Because I was going to say the Bears shut out the Packers a few times.
But they didn't do it at Lambeau.
North End Ken says, yo, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. Haven't seen you in a minute. All right. It sounds good. Keith Holly in the chat. You can't win a Super Bowl being scared of good teams. Man, facts.
I wish that the Lions would play every team like they play the Packers, and they don't.
They don't. They need to be scared of us. That's a good point.
I think a lot of teams will be scared of us because, like I said, they don't have any film on us, but we have film on them, and so that's where it gets minus the Falcons. The Falcons, I think, is one of the teams that we played that got a new head coach. The Eagles, that's one of the teams that we played got a new head coach. So that's the new two. Who am I forgetting out there? We don't play Jacksonville. We don't play
Cleveland. Cleveland's going to be tough. Seattle might be a tough game for us.
Yeah, but we got film on Cleveland. Their head coach has been there for a year already.
Oh, you're talking about teams that only have like the first year head coach.
Right, that we play. Yeah. Anybody else who don't have a brand new head coach, we got film on them. They don't have anything on us. Speaking of which, that's why the Cleveland Browns last year went to 11-5, and they had the 21st ranked defense in points scored against them, and they had the 17th ranked defense in total yards given up. And they had, and listen, that's just their biggest gripe is they've been killer in stopping the run. They suck against the pass. Cleveland don't scare me neither.
All right. Okay. I still think they have better players than we do. That's just the way I feel about it. I might be wrong, but we'll see when the season comes up. I love the optimism, though. I really do, because, we haven't had that here in quite a while. So let me see. Did I get everybody on the question here? Because I've lost myself with the chat and everything else. Said everybody get this one or no?
Yep. I think you went through everybody.
Went through everybody. Jimbo G says we can beat Green Bay since we fixed the O-line. Watch how we've been in most games. I'm not worried about the offensive line. I'm worried about the defense. I really am. So that, to me, if you run the ball, that's great. It takes you longer to score, So I don't know. Just for me, I'm just worried about them this year. I don't think they're – what about the Eagles? Eagles suck.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, but yeah, Eagles suck.
Eagles are almost as big a dumpster fire as the Texans this year.
Kurt says, "Get those likes up; it'll help my back feel better." I love that. I love that, Kurt. That's really good. That's really, really good. All right. Hold on just a second. All right. My mom is messaging me right now. Perfect timing for that. Absolutely.
Gotta love mom.
Yeah, you do. All right. Next question. Let's go to that real quick. Do I have a next question? I'm lost here for a minute. Okay. This is a really good one. I think this is a good one. All right. Which Detroit team makes the playoffs first? The Lions, the Pistons, the Red Wings, or the Tigers? I think I know who Luca's picking already in this, but I'll go to him, see what he says.
It's going to be the Lions, and I'm going to tell you why. When you go through, you look at all the other teams. Yes, we got the first overall pick, but we have the right head coach in Dwayne Casey to get the Pistons over the hump? That's the question mark for them. When you go through the Red Wings, they're still fine-tuning some pieces over there. But the Lions in the NFL, where there's always been faster turnarounds in the NFL than the NBA and the NHL, I think that the Lions have to have the better rate because, look, I can go year by year and look at teams who were bottom feeders, who had crappy records, who turned it around and got a chance to get to the playoff and win one in the NFL than all the other sports.
Okay. I personally have the Pistons first. I just think getting Cade Cunningham, let's hope they pick him, because if they don't, that's just a huge moronic mistake. But
even with our conference? Even the Pistons conference?
Yep, I do. Because there's so many teams that make the playoffs in basketball as well, and it's easier to turn that around. Huh?
Right.
No, I said you're right. It's a lot. It's a lot of teams in the playoffs.
But anyway, let's go to Dosa Dion, see what you said about this. What do you think, buddy, about the which one's going to make the playoffs first?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I wore the Pacers shirt today. This was the time to wear it.
We can't see it, so nobody.
No, that's why I had to adjust the camera. I was like, oh, wait a minute, we're talking about this. No, I mean, you hit on it. I think you made a good point. There's 8 teams that get in the NBA, and the way I look at basketball now, I mean, it's a scoring league. You don't need to have a full team to make the playoffs. We saw the Pistons making the playoffs. They weren't going anywhere, but you just need a couple of players, and a couple of players can carry a team to a playoff spot. If they get Cade, I haven't studied on the draft prospects, things like that, but I feel like they just need a scorer that can create his own shots and open up the other guys. And if Cade's that dude, then maybe in a few years they're there. I don't think baseball turnarounds happen that quickly from what I've seen. I remember they drafted that Torkelson guy, and I was like, why is he not playing? They're like, oh, he's not there yet. I was like, why is he not there? He was the first pick. So I don't really understand baseball that well. It seems like it takes too long. And Red Wings, I have no idea. But I would say it's definitely going to become between the Pistons and the Lions. Now with 7 teams getting in, I look at last year, we were in conversation. I mean, it wasn't like, but we were in conversation with the last couple of weeks of the season, and we weren't that good of a team. If Rachel's right and Rodgers doesn't show up as well, that opens up the division completely. All you got to do is have a couple of games swing your way, and all of a sudden you're pushing playoffs because a lot of games are decided by 1, 2, 3 plays. You get a couple of plays that go your way. You get lucky. We're on the right end of some calls. All of a sudden we're talking playoffs. So I would say Lions. I could see how you could argue Pistons. It just depends on what Cade turns into if that's their selection. But I think, basketball can change really quickly. It can happen in the offseason. It's a little faster than the NFL, but I would go with the Lions.
Well, LaMelo Ball turned around that was it. What team
Hornets.
was he on? Hornets. Yeah.
Hornets.
And then Trey
Young.
Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, that's the same thing. And I'm not. Let me see. I'm into basketball and know a little bit about it, but I'll tell you this: the Red Wings, it's going to take longer because the players develop so much slower. So you're drafting 17, 16, 18-year-old players, whereas in the NBA, you're drafting players with a little more experience. It just seems like hockey players take a long time to develop. Mort Seider has taken 3 years, and it'll be his third year coming up, and he still hasn't played with the Red Wings yet. So, like, Cade Cunningham would play and start right away. Panay Sewell plays and starts right away. In baseball and hockey, takes a lot longer to develop. So it would be between the Pistons and the Lions for me. I don't think the Lions' defense is good enough. So I think that the Pistons with a guy that could be a star, I think they turn it around, and I think that they could go faster. That's just the way I see it. What do you think about that, Rachel?
So I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat upstairs has a serious opinion about this.
Wow.
He's like screaming. I think it's also going to be between the Pistons and Lions with a slight edge to the Pistons, unless, how about this? They do it in the same year. 2 years from now, Pistons, Lions, playoffs. Detroit's going crazy. Book it. And then, as far as the Red Wings and Tigers, exactly like you said, Jim, development in those sports is just a lot slower. Take, for example, how long it actually took Tampa Bay to get where they were going. That was not an overnight turnaround. That was years and years and years. And now they have something that they've built that they can kind of depend on with consistency for a while. While these players are still young and while they can still play to the best of their ability, the Tigers have some great guys in their farm team system, and eventually they're going to make their way up. So I think there are good things coming all around for Detroit sports, but the Lions and the Pistons are the closest, and I say they do it together the same year. Detroit Lions and Pistons in the playoffs. 2 years.
So, Val, what do you got in the chat here real quick first?
Matthew Ferguson said, who is going to host me this year in Detroit so I can go to the turkey game? That's the question of the year.
And what do you think? Who do you think is going to be the first? And this is an outside perspective because she's a Bears fan and Chicago fans. So what do you think? Who's going to be the first team in Detroit?
Well, first of all, I'm going to address, I can't get to it. The super chat.
Yeah, I have it posted.
North End Ken. Val said book it, Pistons, Lions, same year. No, Val does not say book it, Pistons, Lions, same year.
That was me.
That was Rachel.
I'm going to be the odd one out and disagree with Jim. I know that hockey players
That
take
never happens
ever.
And
I'm going to say it's going to be the Red Wings because if I'm going to put my faith in anybody, let's see, the Tigers are trash. The Lions pretty much lose. Pump up and pass out. So I am going to stick with my man, Yzerman. He's going to take that first round draft pick. He's going to get a guy who's going to turn everything around, and there you go. Stanley Cup.
Okay. I don't see that, but that's okay. That's why we do the shows. All right, Jeremy, we got to go to you last on this one. Sorry, man.
All right. I say it's either going to be the Pistons or Lions. It'll be the Tigers, and it'll be the Red Wings be last one to make the playoffs because as long as they have Jeff Blashill as a coach, they have no shot.
Right. I agree. I got to agree. All right, Val. Okay, Val, we can't hear you. All right, North End Ken says, my bad, Rachel. Cost me another $10. Oops. Thank you for the donations, though. We really do appreciate that. That helps out a whole lot here.
Sorry, I accidentally hit my mute button real quick.
That's all right.
It's time for me to do some actual work at my job, so I'm going to have to bow out. It's been a pleasure, everybody.
You take care, okay, Jeremy?
Yep, thank you.
All right, thanks for coming. We'll talk to you later tonight. All right. He has a show he's doing tonight or something. I'm going to be on there tonight. Okay, next question, or did I get to everybody? I always got to ask that because I'm doing a million.
You got to everybody.
Nope, that was everybody.
Okay, cool. This is a question we kind of had last night, and it was me, Luke, and Rachel were doing the DSA roundtable last night. And what I wanted to get this with Dion and Val, and I know kind of where we stand on it, me and Luke, and I know where Rachel stands on it. But what do you think about the Calvin Johnson drama? Do you know what I mean by that? If not, I'll explain it. But what do you think, Dion?
Yeah, you should explain a little more. I've looked at it a little bit, but I might be missing like small details here.
Okay, there was a question. There was something he said when he was on Woodward Sports with Rob Sims. He was kind of promoting his new weed business and all that stuff, and which is great. That's awesome. The thing is, they says, well, you know what? Welcome back to the family, like the Lions. And he's like, I'm not back with the family. So it seems like every time they're trying to mend fences and stuff like that, there's a little drama there still. where we thought he was coming back. We thought they were going to pay him the money, and now he said that never happened. And then every time, it goes back and forth between what the Lions are saying and what he is saying, and it's two different things.
Yeah, that's not good, man. It's like it's one of those things where you want it to be fixed because you don't want to have this. I feel like going on where you always have this situation. Clearly you want to be part of the team for what he did, but at the same time, it's also like you also. I don't know what the Lions are doing. I thought they were going to pay him the money. I don't know. I just hope the situation gets cleaned up. But at the same time, Sheila Ford Hamp, to me, from what I've seen, and I don't know her, but the way Kelvin, I've heard talk about her in the past, it seems like she's very hands-on and she's doing what she said she was going to do. She's going to be involved in practices. She was going to try to fix these things. And she seemed to be very hands-on with trying to make these things right. The past owners, you didn't really know what you were getting there. But it seems like Sheila Ford Hamp wants to get these things fixed. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I like what Sheila Ford's doing in terms of the team that we have right now. I don't know what's going on with this Calvin Johnson situation, though. I hope it gets cleaned up, but it's kind of just like it feels like it's going nowhere. And it's like one of those situations that could easily be fixed.
It seems like it could be.
Calvin has been a punk. He's been a brat. He needs to get over himself. Okay, this is a business, and he's finna start a business himself. He's going to sign contracts with people when it comes to that business, and when they violate their contract, he's gonna take them to court. Chill out, understand that it's a business, and have a business mindset. If they ask for some of the money back, they can do that. They're not entitled to let you keep money. That's called a gift. If they don't want to gift you a damn thing, then you shouldn't violate the contract. If you honor the contract, you would have made that $100 million. And so could they have come back to you and say, I need that money back? No. He need to chill out and accept his role. Nobody is talking about Calvin Johnson as Calvin Johnson, the Georgia Tech wide receiver. It's Calvin Johnson, the Detroit Lions receiver. And he better chill the hell out.
Wasn't it about a trade? Am I wrong on this? Or didn't he say he wanted to
get traded or he was going to retire?
It was about a little bit of funky money, like a little bit, like $1 million to people like him. That shouldn't be nothing. But if he wanted the $1 million, just stay there. And if he wanted to trade so bad, he should have restructured his deal to get the trade. Why should the Lions not only trade the guy, but eat the cap hit for trading the guy after he signed this contract that they said, you know what, we're going to let our perennial top D tackle go in free agency to try to get you. Man, stop playing with me.
Hey, Val. We got
Dominic Davis. Thank you for the super chat. He's both sides are wrong. Calvin shouldn't have resigned, or he should have restructured his contract, and the Lions should have traded him for assets. And then
that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
And then Jimbo G is saying Calvin is still pissed because Michigan rejected them weed business over a parking ticket in
2018. I don't know about that one. That one I've never heard before. Go back to Dominic Davis's concept. Both sides were wrong. You know what? Both sides were butthurt. I know that much because it's like Calvin Johnson was mad because they took money away from him, but he quit. So they could take the money away from him because it was prorated for that year that he didn't play. So if you sign a contract to go do something and you don't do it, the person that was paying you to do it has every right to ask for the money back. It's a bad look on the Lions, I think, because they didn't trade him and they were stupid, I think, in my opinion, because they just kept going back and forth. If you would have traded the guy, actually, you probably would have got more assets for him. And I think that probably would have worked out better for us, to be honest. What do you think, Rachel?
We kind of went over it last night, and so I will keep it short and simple, but I think Dominic Davis nailed it. Because what I was explaining last night is I totally get it from the business standpoint. As a business, you do what's right for your business, which is what they thought they were doing when they would not release and or trade him, and then acted on again in the business sense of asking for the money back because Calvin voided the contract. And on the other side, I also understand that as a human, I am probably going to be upset when I feel like I'm putting life and limb and my all into something that in which I'm not going to reach my greater goal, which is winning. And then when I want out, they don't want to let me out. So I'm going to feel, upset about that because I'm given the ultimatum to play where I am and never reach my ultimate goal, which is winning. And in that sense, what I found out after the fact, and after I even talked to you guys last night, somebody should have been in Calvin's ear to let him know that the best thing he could have done to gain leverage in that trade situation was to retire. And then before the end of his contract with the Lions, unretire, because according to overthecap.com, the $12.9 million dead money would have still been on the Lions books. And when he came back and they owed him the rest of his contract, that would have made it real tight. And he would have had the leverage, bigger leverage to say, move my contract elsewhere.
Okay, so I got everybody but Val on. Oh, sorry. I got everybody but Val on this. I'm trying to move it along because we got 10 minutes left. And Val, did you have something on this one?
Well, yeah, I believe that both sides were wrong in a way, and I believe that Calvin, the way it went down, Calvin made it showed that how big of an issue this really is. I mean, the Bears did Urlacher dirty just like this in a similar way. So, but at this point, I think that both sides really want to move on. But yet again, here comes the media digging and digging and digging and digging and taking things and twisting them, and and it's like, come on, can we just be done?
Yeah,
this is like how long of it are we turning this into the Hatfields and McCoys here? Come on.
We kind of are. It's not the same thing, but yeah, it is a little bit crazy at this point. Okay, so this week, and this is the first time we've done this, but we're going to have a fan question of the week, and it's Turner C. Burley, who's in the chat right now. And Turner C. Burley asks, do we take a safety before training camp or keep and use what we got? What do you think? Are we going to go well, first I'm going to do this super chat here. Val, you want to do that one first, then we'll go to the question.
Okay, yeah, I got to scroll up to it because my thing just died. I can't get to it.
Okay. Dominic Davis says, feel if he decided to retire just because of health, they would have let him keep the money. But threatening to retire, they said, okay, give us that money. Yeah, instead of saying, I need to retire, my body just isn't, there anymore. I don't feel like I can be myself anymore. I want to go. I understand that point, but saying I want to be traded or I'm gone. That's kind of the way it is. On this, and that's why. So, Dion, what do you think about the safety thing? Do you think we're going to pick up another safety, or do you think we're going to rock with what we got?
I mean, I could see a situation where they brought in a young, maybe like an undrafted safety or something, but I don't think we're going to see anything major there. I look at the Lions safety position, and I like what we have with Tracy Walker and Will Harris going into this new defense in that split safety look. And I know that they're going to use Dean Marlowe a ton. The only thing I know about the safety position is that they need to be very confident that they have three guys that can consistently play on the field, because they're going to like to do that a lot with Aaron Glenn. So that's the one thing that I do know. So it wouldn't shock me if they brought in someone young, but I don't think they're going to – I just don't see them signing a vet at this point. When I look at what's available, there's a couple of names that I feel like could fit, but I don't see any kind of major move here with the safety position. The more I look at it, you have some UDFAs that are still on the roster that are going to get opportunities. I think that's where the Lions are looking for this. And it's going to be, to me, it's going to be Tracy and Will's. It's going to be their job. I mean, that's going to be their roles in the back end. They're going to be the two guys to me. And I think they're going to be the two guys that they ask to hold it down to see what they have going forward. And then they'll decide based on what they've seen. But I don't see them making any major kind of vet moves at the safety spot.
Okay. All right. He said he submitted the article in the chat. Okay, we'll look for that. Thank you, Jimbo G, especially for the donations and stuff. We really do appreciate that here. Luke G, what do you think? Are we going to bring in a safety? I like Kenny Vicario, and that would be my pick. But if we did bring somebody in, do you think they will?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, people got to cut their rosters down. And so they're waiting on the right pieces to weigh their options on it. No need to do that now when you're still in the evaluation phase. You still got 3 preseason games you got to play. That's the evaluation phase of itself. And then after those 3 preseason games, people got to cut those rosters down, and we got to cut down ours. And when we cut down ours, we're going to only add players who can come in immediately and complement what we have. So, yeah, they're going to add another safety, 100%.
Okay. Val, do you think they're going to add another safety?
I don't believe that they will, simply because of Dan Campbell's presser where he was singing Tracy Walker's praises. But then again, as you pointed out to me in a conversation that we had before the show, that, he was singing Carry On's praises too. And then all of a sudden, But I really don't. I just don't. I see them sticking with their game plan and trusting the process, and that's what they're going to do.
Okay. All right. Rachel, what do you think? Did you answer this one? Because I'm doing something right now.
I have not, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I just heard everybody answer this question, and I'm kind of on the fence in the middle between those two answers. Everybody was very sure in theirs. Absolutely, they're going to, or no, I think they're going to stand pat. And I'm like, I don't know, because there's signs point in both directions to me. Like Val said, press conferences kind of allude to them standing pat, but honestly, you look at who they have at safety, and to me, I still feel like there's somewhat of a need. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, but I'm not going to say that I know what they're going to do.
I think 100% they're going to add another safety, because the safety position right now sucks. It absolutely sucks. And I don't think everybody thinks Melanfamu is going to go to safety. I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, you got Dean Marlowe, you've got Will Harris. I don't see a lot of potential in any of those guys. I'm just being honest. That's what I see. I think they're going to bring in a vet. I really, really do. Hey, Noma's Jay, man. What's up, Gnome? All right. Kurt Steele. This is for Dion. Mahomes Jr. All right. Let's try to take some of their questions. Luke, you're really good at this, at finding their questions. If you see one, let me know.
Well, John Robinson's got one for me.
Okay, go ahead.
Bears have a very good secondary, it seems. Is it the coaching or drafting the right person? It's pure luck, because I don't trust the coaching on either one of those. But anyway.
Yeah, right now, the only one I see that came in is I should have said, do you think we need to add one or use what we got? He's just trying to clarify his question.
Okay.
I don't see one yet that's jumping out.
Put your question.
I got one. How many draft picks for next year? It's a question. Let me see. We got
9.
2 first, a second. We got 5.
We traded 1.
We have 9, I believe. I believe it's 9, 8 or 9. And the reason that is because we don't have a 7th round pick. We don't have a 4th round pick. We have 2 5ths, 2 3rds, 2 1sts, 1 2nd.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, dude.
Good job. I can remember.
All right. I don't see any more questions. I mean, I'm way behind in the comments.
But I do got a question.
Go ahead.
I do got a question that I'm going to be exploring a little bit later when I get off of work.
Okay.
What is the Detroit Lions season this year? What do you think it's going to be? Its success is going to be more hinged on the Detroit Lions offensive line playing well, or the Detroit Lions defensive line playing well?
Defensive line, 100% for me, because if they can stop the run and help out that safety position, which I think is really, really bad, I think it's going to help us a lot. The offensive line gives us a chance to score points, but if we can't stop anybody, it isn't going to matter. This is the way I feel about it.
What was the question?
What do you think the Detroit Lions season this year, the season success, is going to hinge more on the defensive line being good or the offensive line being good? And you can't say both. That's a key.
I mean, that's the easy answer. Both. No. Oh man, that's a good question though. I like Jim
Very good question.
The defensive line, because I mean, you need the offensive line. If if you put a bad offensive line in front of golf, you're going to have problems. But at the same time, we know if we have a bad defensive line, we can't stop the run. Then we're going to have problems. Ooh, I almost want to say offensive line, because I mean, I feel like there's a better chance that it's good, because even if Sewell doesn't become what we hope he does, we've already know the offensive line is probably going to be solid at best, at worst. But I would probably say offensive line, because I just know if you put a bad offensive line in front of golf, we're going to have problems, because you can't run the football. It's going to be an issue because we don't have the top weapons. We have good weapons. I think we have some solid weapons. But then defensively, you might be able to – whoa, I don't know. This is a tough question, Luke. Why you ask me this?
Because he's adding that much to our show. I'll tell you that.
Listen, I sit at home and I think of questions that I'm like, what are they not talking about? But I see, and I have a clear answer to it. I'm just saving for the show today. But I'm curious to what you guys think.
Do we have anybody else who wants to answer that question? Because we do have another one. A couple.
Well, I'm going to say I'm a firm believer in defense wins championships. But if looking at the Lions, if they're hinging on their success, and as bad as that D line is, their offense better be scoring like 50, 100 points a game for success.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
It's gonna be a test for them to figure it out. 100%.
What do you think, Luke?
I'm saving it for the show tonight. You got to come up. You got to show your
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, come check it out at 5 p.m. And I got a
5 p.m.
Very
Luke G's Field Review. His YouTube channel will reveal his answer to that question. I'm gonna leave you with that teaser. Rachel, you want this one or?
It's defense for me. It's. I just think we have spent too long watching our offense try to catch up because our defense leaves too many points out on the field. And I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of like, okay, well, if we could just have, a 3-and-out here, if we can just have a 3-and-out here. Okay, we don't have a 3-and-out here. Okay, so, oh my God, it's 3rd down. We have to get it first because we're stalling. I'm just so sick of watching our offense have to play catch up because our defense can't stop
anybody. Right. Absolutely. So Dion, you're the only one that said offense. But anyway,
I don't have to do that anymore. It's it hurts me. I get anxiety during the games. I'm like, oh my God, if we could just have a defense, it'd be so dope.
I got 2 more questions and we're going to go to final thoughts. Nomis J asks, do any of you believe Goff is struggling in camp? So far, I've heard he has been. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, he is. And he should. It's a new system. It's new everything. Yeah, he should be struggling. That's where you do it at, in practice, right? Don't do it in the game. Do it in practice. And so, yeah, he's going to struggle. Sewell will struggle. DeAndre Swift was struggling. The rookies struggle. This is what they do. Okay, that's why you're here to practice, to get up to speed on what's going on. It's no different than if you start a new job. You start a new job, you're not going to come in super killing it. You're going to struggle a little bit too. So yeah, if they're not struggling, then I might be a little concerned. So mistakes make greatness. Remember that.
All right. Big West Kivinen asks, how many of our draft picks will start by the end of the year? Actually, I'm going to go to everyone on this one, and then we're going to go to final thoughts. So I'm going to go to Val first because I never go to Val first.
I said before when about 5.
5 of the draft picks was 5 of the 7. Okay, that makes sense to me. Dion,
I'm trying to go through each pick in my head. So
we got Sewell, Onwuzurike, McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I would say 4 if you call St. Brown a starter. Because I would say if
we'll call him a starter. That's the key word for me, though. I'll take this one then too. Then it's like the key word is starter for me, because defensive tackle wise, I think that's going to be a rotation. I think there's going to be some games that they start, some games that they're behind other players. So I don't know. I mean that one bothers me a bit. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown starts. I think Sewell starts. I think Barnes is going to take a minute, but I think he may start by the end of the year. Melanfamu, I could see him. I could see him getting some starts if injuries happen. So there's a lot of things that have to happen, but I got 4 is my number. Rachel, what do you got?
4.
Luke, what do you got?
All of them except Jefferson. I mean, it's that easy. Every single one of them. And the key word is be starting by the end of the year. The end of the year. Jefferson would never get a start. He's never going to unseat Swift. He's not unseating Jamal Williams. He's never going to start. But Derek Brown, he gets opportunity. Amon St. Brown gets opportunity. McNeil, and Onwuzurike and Sewell, they're starters already. So it's like all of them except for Jefferson.
Okay, that makes sense. Keith Holly was saying something about this 7th round pick. We did not meet the conditions to have that 7th round pick, so we did not get the 7th round pick for Michael Jackson. He's over there doing the moonwalk in New England. So. Anyway,
that's cold, bro.
That was bad. That was bad. He also says we got a 5th round and a 6th round from the Browns. I don't know about that. I'd have to check that out, but I know that happened. Anyway, let's go to final thoughts. I'm sorry, guys. You try to keep it to an hour on Fridays, just because everybody's got so much to do, and we all have lives and that stuff. So, all right, go to Val. What's your final thoughts for today's show?
As always, I always have so much fun talking Lions football with you guys, even though I'm a Bears fan, and y'all have to give me some smack for that, but that's okay. I'm fixing to enjoy me a birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So I'm going to be lifted up this weekend and enjoying myself. So I hope everyone else gets to enjoy their weekend as well and be the best people that they can be, as Kurt likes to say.
Yes, absolutely. Dion, final thoughts for today.
Can we get some birthday cakes in the chat? Okay. I always use that. So can we get some birthday cakes in the chat? Happy birthday. Man, the show was great again. I love being on this show, man. I always say it. It's always the same answer, but it's always fun. And I feel like we have like a pretty, like I usually know who's going to be on the show, and then there's a couple extras, which is always fun. But the group that we have is amazing. So yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Every week you're always welcome, Dion, unless I tell you you're not. I'm just kidding.
That's what I was missing. You was telling me I couldn't come on. Don't lie to them.
Jimbo G says, happy birthday, Val. Kurt Steele, the man of steel himself, says, I miss you, fam. Happy birthday, Val. You're an undercover Lions fan. That's funny. I'm going to steal your Spielman jersey. You took it from me. Okay, we got to get going. So I'm going to give my final thoughts today. Really appreciate Luke G for being on, Rachel Marie Sports, Jeremy was on before, Dose of Dion 2.0, and my wife Val. Happy birthday, Val. Just a public thing here. Happy birthday Sunday. Guys, really appreciate each and every one of you. Go to Rachel for her final thoughts now.
Yeah, pretty much the same. It's always fun talking Lions football with you guys on Fridays. Getting to head into the weekend that way is always a good thing. Later today, I'm actually joining Roar of the Lions UK. It's the UK Lions podcast. There's like a bunch of Lions fans over there because we played so many games. It's not going to be live. It's going to be recorded, and then they'll post on Tuesday. So definitely make sure you're following along with me on Twitter at Rach Marie Sports so I can share that there, and you can see me talk to the guys over the pond about some Lions football. And happy birthday, Val. I hope it's great.
Thank you.
You see, you got his name right.
Jim,
and then that's what he does to you.
75. You trying to get him in trouble.
Happy birthday, Val. Great show, everyone. Kurt Steele, get well soon, man. We really need you here, and we appreciate everything you do. So I just wanted to let you know, Twitter kicked me out. Well, that's not nice of that little bird. Shoot him. Anyway, so I have everybody's final thoughts, right? And we're going to have Luke G close out the show today.
100%. First of all, happy birthday, Vale. Congratulations to Ryder Wrong, who's graduating. So I want to give him this process.
Yes.
So congratulations to him. Listen, people, you know me. You can't end the show unless we end it on a positive note. Today's positive quote comes from me. It's called accept the way the wind blows. See, that's the problem with us. We like to go against what the wind does, but sometimes the wind is just trying to simply put us in the right direction. You ever wonder why some things in life gets real challenging and real hard on you? It's because you're fighting against something that is naturally meant for you to go the opposite way. The beauty part about doing things like this is understanding that whenever you go in the direction that you are meant to go, you generally find exactly what it is you are looking for. Only those who are afraid to get forward and find their destiny suffer the grueling testament of being stuck and fighting against the wind. I say rather than fight against the wind, to simply just tell yourself that I'm going to go with the wind and see where it takes me. The journey is better, it's easier, it's simpler, and you'll be more happy along the way. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you have not done so. If you have not hit that notification bell, I don't know what you're doing, because how else would you know we're here? We want you to be here. And if anything goes, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We out.